Oh yeah, baby. Diamond Pure Dark Magician deck. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dark Magician Diamond profile. This is a pure profile, that's right. Even though I have cards in here that don't list Dark Magician, it's still pure, okay? Big Q to anyone who says otherwise. Let's get straight into it. Dark Magician at 2, because it can't get drolled, so it's good. Then we've got Droll, because it's Droll, and Droll's good. Only 1, because you're drawing off your 3 maxis, right? Don't think about it. Droll bad card can be drolled, that's a good point, chat. Magician Souls, good card, can be drolled though, so, you know, look out. Maxi, great card, can be drolled, so look out. Magician's Rod, awesome card, can be drolled, so look out for that. Magician Girl, cannot be drolled, good card. Actually pretty bad, is a brick. Though you can summon her off the Dark Magicians, which is quite nice. And you can put her in the grave to get a double draw off your Soul Servant, but that plays into droll, so look out. Predator Illusion Magician, mainly here to boost your spellcasters by 2k. But you can also add it when you've already opened up Rod and Souls and you don't know what to grab with your Illusion of Chaos. You can grab this, or you can grab Timaeus. It's kind of just like a little toolbox thing. But of course, she plays in a droll and Illusion of Chaos plays in a droll, so look out for that. Bestial Magna Pizza Hut. He does summon himself by banishing one of the opponent's cards. He's our hand traps, right? We're not playing many hand traps here. Just the Droll, Bestial, Nib, and the 3 Maxi. So we're kind of baiting the opponent with the Maxi. There's not actually a lot that we can do with it. Just hoping to slow down their play. But yeah, the cool thing about this card is it searches in the end phase, and that plays around Droll. Except if you got Drolled earlier, then you don't get the search. Anyway, Druisworm is a good card because it sends something off the opponent's field after it leaves the field. So that's really nice, and it doesn't play into Droll, that's cool. Baldrake is the worst of the Bestials. You play it mainly because you just... The Saronir sucks, to be frank, in a build without all the other Lubellian crap. So you're just going to play the one of this guy. He's alright, okay? You want the other 2, but he's a body, I guess. And he doesn't play in a Droll, so that's nice. Timaeus, real bad card. Why it's a 1 is because you don't really want to see it, and if you do want it, you can get it. You can get it through Prep, Illusion of Chaos, Timaeus, right? That plays in a Droll, that plays in a Droll, that doesn't. Go figure. The Biru, the 1 of, along with Droll, because you'll just see him with Maxi, like... Your opponent's comboing off, you'll just see him. It's fine. Illusion of Chaos at 2. Great card, searches any monster in the deck, so it makes the deck a bit of a toolbox. Can even add the vanillas. Plays in a Droll, though. Preparation of Rites. Plays in a Droll. Good card, though. Adds your rituals. Triple Tactics Talent. Great card. Can take control of an opponent's card. Can look at their hand, shuffle something in, or it can draw 2, but that plays in a Droll, so probably don't do that one. We've got Village. Because there's no terraforming, which sucks. Otherwise, this 1 of would be good. But Village does not play into Droll. So, you know, this is probably the best card in the list based on that alone. Salvation activates and sets Eternal Soul from the deck. Doesn't search it, meaning it plays around Droll. That's right. That's right, so you might want to play 3 copies of it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Salvation is a 1 of. That's all I'll say. Circle. Looks at top 3, whiffs, and then you get Drolled. Well, in fact... The best thing about Circle is most people in chat would say Circle is drollable. Chat, is Circle drollable? Yeah, most people would say you can get drolled on Circle. Plays in a Droll, see? However, that's assuming Circle hits. In 99% of scenarios, Circle does not hit. I've run the math. I've done the statistics. Circle, 99% of the time, plays around Droll. And that's a fact. If you don't believe me, play your Circles. Let me see them. Super Polymerization. One of our only going second cards. We do have the Nibiru and the Maxi and the Droll and the Bestials technically. This is the card where we try to find it going second to win the game, and a lot of the times it did win us games. Very nice card. Doesn't play in a Droll, so cool. Soul Servant. Card does nothing if you don't have DM or DMG in the grave. But if you do, you can stack your deck with it and draw some cards. Really nice. It also combos well with Circle, or Upstart, or Chicken Game, or any of those cards if you want to play them. They all play in a Droll though, and so does Soul Servant. So they're all shit cards. Secrets. Secrets is a cool card because lets you fusion or ritual, and a lot of people seem to brag about that and think, no other archetype has a card that can do both. Well, it doesn't. You're not using this to ritual summon. Sorry to burst your bubble. This card is used to make your fusions. And even then, It's not the best card. It's played at 1 for a reason. Let's put it that way. People who say Secrets is amazing, go read Branded Fusion, go read Red Eyes Fusion, go read Shadow Fusion, etc, etc, etc. Not the best card. Played at 1, it is quick play, can use it in the battle phase. That's nice. That's nice, don't get me wrong. It's just not a main fusion card, is it? It's no Branded Fusion. It's more like Branded in Red, and it's more like El Shadow Fusion. So it's like, where's our big, cool card? But anyway. The Floodgates, because who can win with DM without some toxic, cancerous cards that don't play into Droll? Rivalry, because spellcasters, even though we do have dragons, it's normally fine to just stick to your dragons or your spellcasters. I know some games I just had Dragon Knight, Rivalry, Circle, Eternal Soul. Like, what are they going to do? Nothing. And then actually I drew Tamai, so it was fine. Skill Drain, because lol, just win the game. Skills in the chat. And then Goes and Match, because haha, dark monsters. There is the exception to Mice being light. Why did they make it light? Well, Konami cannot make a cohesive strategy with this deck to save their life. They can't even make the damn dragon dark. I understand he's meant to be all good and light and whatnot, but who really cares? No one would care. Just make it dark. Make it fit in with the theme, please. Anyway, Rock is also light. That's really it. You know, so Gozen should be fine. I mean, technically Maxi and Droll are not dark, but you probably won't ever summon them. Unless you do. In that case, that's cool. But Gozen's very good. A lot of the extra deck's dark as well, so you should be fine. You've got your Chaos Goddess. Any of the DM fusions are, of course, dark. Starving Venom's dark. Garura's dark. Not Mud Dragon, though. Get rid of him. Anima is also dark. Anaconda's dark. Dark is dark. Believe it or not, Dark the Dark Charmer is dark. Yep. 2 copies of Eternal Soul. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, Eternal Soul summons Dark Magician once per turn. And that's true, it does. But there is a second effect of Eternal Soul that adds Dark Magic attack 1,000 knives from deck to hand. And then you can get Drolled. Yep. So you look out, because you can get Drolled on Eternal Soul. And that's the end of the main deck. Overall, a solid main deck. Doesn't lose to many things. Except any interaction. But that's okay. That's okay. Extra deck. Super Poly targets first. I love that they're all grouped together. How good is that? Mud Dragon. Garura. Starving Venom. Say no more. Next, the Dark Magician fusions. Dragon Knight. If you can get Circle and Eternal Soul with it. Or Floodgates. It's amazing. Dark Magicians. One of the lackluster fusions. It's just here mainly because it's easy to make. Yes, it can spit out DM and DMG when it dies. That's really bad and people will normally shuffle it or banish it. And it doesn't do that then. So it's pretty silly. And yes, you can generate resources with this card, but it's too slow. Unless you're slowing the game state down with Floodgates, then this with a Floodgate is good. Kind of. Still doesn't really do anything, but you get what I mean. The card's okay. It's here because it's easy to summon more than anything. Master of Chaos. One of the other fusions that's niche, but I want to say it's better than Dark Magicians. In the scenarios where it's good, it's pretty damn good. Because it can force your opponent to lose their board. You can banish all your opponent's monsters by getting rid of a dark and a light. And the light you're going to use is normally Artemis. You can use Tamais, I guess, but you probably won't. You probably just use Artemis by getting rid of your rod. But the main thing is, banishing your opponent's board is non-targeting, and that sometimes plays around a lot of the weird things like Mikanko. That's a really good way to beat Mikanko's board. Outside of that, it's just a card you use in the battle phase to push for game. In the battle phase, you got your DM and your rod on the field, and you go bang bang in for, what is that? That's just 4,100 damage, and you go Secrets, a Dark Magic, using Dark Magician with the Illusion of Chaos in your hand, not the rod. I mean, if you don't have the Illusion of Chaos, then you go into this and you miss game. If you do have the Illusion of Chaos in your hand, which you should if you added rod and all that math checks out, you go into Master of Chaos, which is 3k, and it summons the DM back from the grave, and that is 5,500 damage. So that is certainly game into an open board state. Aside from that, it's just a lot of good damage. So if your opponent's like at 6k LP and they have some weak stuff, you can get game with it, right? So it's about seeing those angles, which sometimes I miss, and chat goes, hey, you missed lethal, and I go, I was playing around Droll, right? Can't blame me. Chaos Angel. This card is pretty good. It makes your Rod and DM, Rod and Souls combo into something new. So for example, you can go normal summon Rod, grab Circle, then you get Drolled, but in a world where you don't, activate Circle, doesn't matter if it hits or not. Use Magician Soul, summon DM, banish something with the Circle, you're following, then Synchro, DM, and Rod into this because it doesn't need a tuner. And then target a card on the field, banish it. So 2 banishes for the cost of 2 DM cards. I mean, Rod's in there too, but... Circle, sorry, is in there too, but the Rod obviously adds the Circle, so it all makes sense, right? It all makes sense. So yeah, really good card. I wish DM got a synchro kind of like this, but hey, they made it generic, so that's cool too. I'm Duck because you can link away DM and then keep summoning him. You can also secrets with I'm Duck and DM and make Dragonite, which I nearly did once, but then I got hand trapped. Anima makes your Magician Souls into a threat going second. If you don't have Circle or, right, if you have Rod but no Circle, you can just go Rod, or you get hand trapped on Rod, for example, and you can't get to Circle. You can just summon Magician Souls, turn an Anima, and take something if they misplayed into zones. It relies on the opponent being bad, but whatever, it's fine. It's a good niche thing. You can also play Link Karibo. That's probably the better card to play. It's safer from going first. And let's say you get hand trapped on your way to doing something. Cool, just turn your souls into this and, you know, pray for the best. It just feels bad because it's like an afterthought kind of card, Link Karibo. It's like oh, my combo like got negated, or oh, this hand sucks, I'll just make Link Karibo. So I tried to go with a more reactive card, like a card that helps you get ahead when you're behind, rather than a card that you use when you're behind. It's the same thing, isn't it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But they both have their own use. You can play both if you want, or you just play one. That's up to you. Artemis. Main purpose. Link away Rod. So Rod is in the grave, and you're able to recycle it over and over. Normally by tributing that same Artemis, but you can also tribute a DM you summon off Eternal Soul. It's just like so you don't go negative on resources, but also getting Rod in grave turn 1 can be difficult sometimes. Unless you see secrets, sometimes getting Rod in the grave is nearly impossible. So it just ensures you can get Rod in there. And yeah, it's good for that. Anaconda, while not as important in DPE or Red Eyes Fusion-based builds, you send Super Poly here, and you just, that's it really. You just turn one of your opponent's monsters into a Dark, and hopefully Super Poly both of them, or at least with the Anaconda. It's a desperate play, but it's just there just in case. It's like a backup play, and sometimes it was good, so it's cool. You can also play Fusion Deployment, branded Fusion and stuff, send with Anaconda, make it actually good. This is definitely a lackluster Anaconda, but it's not the focus of this build at least. You'll know I have many builds with Anaconda, so if you're more keen on Anaconda doing more, go check out any of my other builds. Anyway, Dark the Dark Charmer. This is a combo package with, imagine BLS wasn't here, it's a combo package with the Selene and the access code, right? I wish I could line them all up. Because Dark grabs a Dark from your opponent's grave, and then you can go into Selene, and then Selene summons back from your grave, and then you can go into access code, right? So it's just a whole nice package to pop the opponent's board and have a 5,300 attack monster, meaning you only need 2,700 attack to finish the opponent off, which is DM, and it's sadly like one or two more things, which can be a bit grim. But yeah, the last card is the BLS, and the BLS, I don't think I even summoned it once, because 3 material is a bit niche, but if you do get to this using a Dark Magician as material, it cannot be targeted with card effects, and it can't be destroyed by card effects, and I'm pretty sure Lab and Eldritch have a very hard time outing it if you attack with it and increase it to 4,500 attack. I think they struggle to out it then. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how I used to beat a lot of Eldritch decks. Haven't really done it against Lab because they kind of just kill you, or, you know, the game's very over and done with on turn 1 or 2 when you verse Lab. You kind of know. Anyway, that's the profile. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. I think the list, to be honest, is not the best list. I don't think this is the best pure Dark Magician list. I do not. And yeah, once again, a big fuck you to anyone saying this isn't pure. This is pure enough, okay? Bystials are hand traps. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Bystials are hand traps. Everything else we're running is a generic staple. The extra deck is filled with staples, super poly targets, and cards that make the deck flow, so... You know what? Ah, damn it, the chat's right. We do get drolled, though. We get drolled, so look out for that. The deck loses to droll. Yeah. But thank you, everybody, for watching the journey, and thank you for watching this video right now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more pure profiles or different Dark Magician profiles, leave them down in the comments below, because I do try to play all different builds. I really do. Try to engage with everyone and cater to everyone who likes Dark Magician. That can be very, very tedious and hard, because some of y'all, not naming any names, but some of y'all are very peculiar about how things should be and all that fun stuff. But anyway, I get it. I'm that way too when Anaconda was legal and people weren't playing it. Man, hit my head in. But anyway, I love you guys. I love DM and the DM community. Even if you do my head in. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway. See ya.